you're in town for a bit, getting that training done and recovering from your injuries. And of course, you were disoriented when you first got here, but you figured out where you were easily enough. Okay, you other two, Molly and Dave, obviously, let's see. Uh, Dave, you're something of a local.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Molly, you're an import from somewhere nearby. Anyhow, you're in the city of Axholme, and I'm trying to think of how you three would get together, maybe looking for jobs to do.
Hmm.
All right.
Something low danger and other people willing to do said job. Not necessarily low minimal danger, but I'm not going up against an archmage. I'm not that good.
Yeah, okay. Well, among the things that are posted in various places, uh, usually around taverns and inns and stuff like that, where the foolish and brave hang out at, uh, there is an alchemist looking to hire people to recover ingredients for him. Okay.
Hmm. Uh, Without getting
And
into the gory details, go ahead.
well, I was grabbing my map so I can reference it quickly and easily. Since we've been running so much of the campaign in Central Cohall, and this is more of Northwestern Cohall. Oh my.
That's a good point. Hans has a map.
Anyhow, so yeah, and obviously, Dave, you've heard rumors of a sword, but it's far to the south from what you've heard. So they would dispatch other people closer to look for that. Unless you got a wild hair and you want to go looking. All right. I'm trying to think of what else could be a potential adventure here.
Well, preferably nothing on the oceans. I'm pretty sure I can swim in leather armor, but I know my allies to be in plate and chain are gonna have a harder time with that.
Also, just dwarf in general.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
too.
dwarves are not buoyant.
So if a troll falls in the ocean and gets stuck on the bottom,
Excuse me. Yeah, Mama.
will he just drown for eternity?
Uh, that's an interesting question. Well, we are near a very large body of water. Uh, how do you feel about dedicating your life to science? No,
Of
I,
science. I
I
wouldn't be my
actually,
life. I wouldn't die. I wouldn't
I
die. I'd
actually
just keep
don't
drowning.
know.
You would drown, regenerate, drown, regenerate.
I don't know if
No?
regeneration would keep that going forever. Like after a certain point, you haven't eaten anything, your regeneration slows down.
I guess, yeah. Your body will get weak
Hmm.
and tired. Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, but during that time, you would suffer.
Ooh, wouldn't that be
All right.
horrible?
So let's talk formations for a minute, guys, since Grills isn't here. Hans is probably best in the rear simply because he can fire over your heads. He's also in the worst armor and probably has the worst armor class. I don't know your armor classes. I don't need to at this time. So, Dave, you're the quarter troll, and we got Dom's character. Dave, you're a weapon. I'm not a weapon unit, but you're a cleric of Shalif. If we come into a fight, you're either going to want to stay back to heal bot afterwards, or you're going to want to dive right in. The point is, you're not doing missile fire.
Nope.
So, Dom, your character, I think we'll place Dom's character in front. That is, what's her name?
Molly.
Molly. Okay, so formations.
You're
Walking
big and
form.
strong enough that if we could sit on your shoulders and you could throw us at the enemy,
I will keep that in mind, Dave.
gain some distance,
Uh,
right? Throw them off track.
Mhm.
I don't think you'd be able to throw Molly, but
How
maybe.
heavy is Molly?
Molly is quite heavy.
Yeah, they're dense little bastards, aren't they?
You know, being this thing called dwarf.
Alright.
Yeah.
Now, this is meta for me, but you all have infravision. I don't, so let's do.
And I think I got.
Okay, that's a little bit more than I thought it was going to be. Oh, I know. Let me check on that.
Something I should say, though, while yes, it makes sense to put Molly in the front due to the fact that she's the shortest. However, I don't believe Dave has. I don't think Dave has any ranged weapons. Meanwhile, Molly has two.
Well, the thing is, Molly, Dave is our heal bot. We do need to protect the heal bot.
That is the thing I was going to say.
Yeah.
Out of character though, I do have. Well, Molly probably has just as good an AC as me.
Oh no, you almost definitely have a higher AC than me.
I have a 0, so
Jesus.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it
fine
makes
with being the
sense.
tank.
You
Where
do have armor
is...
that most people could only dream of having at level 1.
That is pretty impressive. Campsite. I'm gonna need to do campsite.
Like, only some of like my best people who have gotten like god stats and real damn good arm I can't speak today. Gold could ever dream of getting a 0 to their AC.
Are you both going to be sleeping outside campfire light when we make camp and such?
Hmm. No, I don't think I have to because it's not like I'm a drow where it actually affects me. Like I won't be able to use my infavision, but at least I'm not getting a minus. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
easier to get it.
It keeps us all on the same level that way.
Oh no, I don't mind y'all doing that. It's fine one way or the other.
I guess
Dave.
it's at least good for spotting purposes.
So you want to be inside the campfire or out?
I guess I should stay out maybe because I have 60-meter or 60-yard
Alright.
infa.
And Molly likewise?
Molly will stay in the firelight.
Molly's inside?
Yeah, Molly will stay inside the firelight.
Alright. And got us a walking formation, because I'm not rich enough to pay for a wagon for us yet. So, we're going to
I
be
was
hoofing
gonna
it.
buy a horse, but I was told it was a bad idea.
You could if you wanted to, but it's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, tying it
One
to a
thing,
tree.
you're a bit short. For another thing, we don't have anyone to take care of it yet. So if we go to a dungeon, it's like, yeah. That being said,
Maybe I buy a
alchemy,
pony. Okay, a pony.
yeah, you'd get a pony. Hans is gonna need something a bit sturdier than a heavy warhorse to bear his weight.
He needs a warthog.
Rhino
Oh
might
no,
do.
no,
I'm gonna
I
go
was
for a
thinking
couple of
warthog
dragons
for
again real
Molly.
quick. I'll be right
Okay,
back. I'll keep talking.
Okay.
yep. I'm thinking
Just
Molly needs a warthog.
looking at formations.
Yeah, rhinoceros would work for
Mhm.
for
Like,
Hans.
let's be real. There's the Bowden Drucker. Yeah, that would be great, but let's be real here for a second. Watch schedule. We don't have wagons. We got walking formation, and yeah, I think our walking formation should be decent if we go inside a dungeon or anything. We'll just have to be super duper careful. Now, the watch schedule for night. I bookended Hans because he doesn't have infravision, and this way you all can patrol during the darker hours of the night. But if you want, I know that Gina, your character, needs to have rest time to do spell work, but also right now you're
Yeah.
first level, so you only need up to 4 hours. So he
So maybe I should take the first shift
well
so I can get 6 consecutive hours after that.
eh, again I bookended it with Hans because Hans is going to be stuck inside the thing, or he's going to be taking out that glowy lantern he has and just suffusing the entire area with bright light.
When you
Probably
say
the latter.
bookended, you mean he takes the last shift?
First and last.
Oh. Oh, wow.
There's only 3 of us. We got a night shift.
We need 4 shifts, you thinking?
6. Think about 12 hours a day, 12 hours a night.
Okay,
Maybe,
I was
maybe.
just thinking we do 3-hour shifts.
3-hour shifts. Well, again, that gives us 4 shifts, but only 3 people.
And if you bookend, that'll cover us though, right?
Well, yeah, but then I'm running off of 6 hours of sleep. I need my beauty sleep too, guys.
Okay, I'm just trying to cover. Okay, let's go with it then. What's your
Hmm.
plan is?
Yeah, we can always change it later. I'm
Yep.
trying to think of the most intelligent way of doing it.
Yep.
Doing what?
Nothing.
Watch schedule with only 3 people, 2 of whom have infravision, 1 who doesn't.
Ah, yes. Do y'all want some NPCs to beef the party up a little?
I wouldn't mind it.
I
Party?
wouldn't mind
Y'all want
having
NPCs?
but not
I'm not.
mine
I'm
yet.
not a. I'm not a
Okay.
fan.
Let me see what I got handy.
I mean, I could send you shit, but that would be very meta.
Oh, I've got this big old folder full of stuff. Well, not folder, binder. 3-ring binder. It's one of those binders where the 3 rings are actually 4 inches in diameter.
Nice. Dom and Gina, I want to make sure I heard you correctly. Did you both object to having NPCs, or it didn't come through clearly?
I
I'm
objected.
perfectly fine with NPCs.
Okay.
Right.
I objected, but it's fine if you guys want NPCs. I'm cool with that.
Let's keep it to maybe 1 or 2. Honestly, just 1 would be good, especially if they're another cleric or a magic user, or even a thief, just something to round out the party a little bit. We're pretty good on the fighter aspect. Hans hits harder than the rest of y'all right now, in terms of fighter matrix and damage, most likely. But,
Oh, I bet.
you know, a mage or a cleric or a thief could probably round us up pretty nicely. Of course, such thief, it's like we're not hiring someone who we think is going to steal from us. And
Yes, honest thieves are hard to come by.
hmm Well, the way I intend to play every thief that I will play, or assassin or so forth, is they will happily screw over most people, but they know that it's good to never shit where you eat, and they eat with the party, so they're not shitting there.
Yep, it's a smart thing to do.
You need to have a support group that you know has your back, even if they disagree with some of your methods. So, party. I don't plan on robbing from you. I don't plan on stealing from you. Now, if we happen to fight a bunch of Flynns, and one of them had a nice piece of jewelry and no one saw, I might tuck that away real quiet. I am chaotic. I am selfish. But I'm not going to be robbing you while you sleep. If I rob you, it will be shit you didn't know you lost.
Okay. I have
So
just.
then, do we head down to the alchemist and happen to meet up there while we're all trying to show up and get the same job?
Well, I think you are going to meet outside of a tavern, a bar, or
Oh,
whatnot.
okay.
'Cause-
Where the posting was.
yeah.
Okay.
And you're going to meet this other guy. Let's see. Y'all did a thing already, didn't you? Out
I
of
can
character
type for you
art.
if you want, Grills.
Okay. This guy's name is Godicerol.
Okay.
It's spelled go, dice, roll, but roll with only 1 L.
Okay.
Nice roll. Oh boy. You were dad joking back before you were a dad, huh?
Okay, so go disroll.
Okay, he is a human, about 5'9", 5'10", about 175 pounds. Black hair, brown eyes.
Okay.
He is wearing common clothing, but y'all can give me perception checks.
I rolled an 11. My perception's a 15.
I also rolled an 11, and my perception is 14.
Dom rolled a
I
10.
rolled 8, and my perception is 14.
Oh,
Hey,
shit.
y'all gonna you are going to notice that this guy's got all these extra little pockets sewn onto his shirt.
Hey, mage.
Let's see. He's got 3 or 4 daggers on him. He's got his backpack, and he's got a cloak and some other stuff, but that's the most of it.
Other than daggers, does he have a visible sword or other primary weapon?
Nope.
Alright. Did the dice favor us with anyone else, or just go disroll at this time?
Just him.
Fair.
Alright, well, go disroll.
I heard the party say 1 or 2, preferably 1. What's his what?
So, what is his personality like in just the general sense? Is he one of those quiet, reclusive people? Is he more of a boisterous braggart? I'm trying to get a feel for him, basically.
Yeah, he's more on the reclusive side.
Well, as long as he's willing to be stalwart in terms of helping carry the loot and whatever the hell it is he does with those daggers, then we'll be good.
Okay.
Could be a thief, maybe. Could be a magic user and a thief. Anyway, good to roll. With that, we're gonna do 3-hour shifts, I guess. I'm gonna have us bookend, so.
There you go. He is a human too. Cannot see.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, he will indicate that he's interested in making some fast coin, just like y'all. So you are going to traipse down to the alchemist, I take it?
Yep.
That's a great place to go. Come on, fellas. Let's see if he's got any gold for us.
And go disroll.
And Molly being a dwarf and female, but does she have a beard?
Yes.
Fine. I said what I said.
Okay.
Again.
I think she's a fella.
Well, companions, it would seem we have a stalwart group here. A bit smaller than my last one, but we should be good. A bit shorter too. Anyway, let's go to the alchemist.
Okay, big fella.
Alright, Dungeon Master, I will lead the way, Bertha in hand.
Okay.
I'll try not to trip over the footprints he's leaving in the ground.
I imagine the streets are cobbled.
Yes, mostly.
Alright. Go disroll, that being you, Dungeon Master. I worked you into the walking, watch, and campsite formation.
Okay.
Feel free, of course.
Yeah. Just getting the scope of things there. Damn it, sinuses. I tell you, I'm still sick. I'm not feeling that bad, but I went to eat dinner and everything had a bitter aftertaste. You know how when you get sick and nothing tastes right?
Yep.
Yeah. Walking formation. Molly, Dave. Good us are all Hans in the back. Okay. Watch schedule. Right. Cool. And okay. All right, party. Y'all will navigate the streets. This is a big city. I don't know if y'all have looked at it on the map. As far as cities go, it's one of the younger cities, but
It measures over 15 miles long and about 7 to 8 miles wide at its widest. It also borders a ton of ocean, so it probably has this huge boardwalk.
Okay. But again, it's one of the newer large cities on the relative scale.
Yeah, may I post a image of a very close screenshot of Axholm?
Sure.
Keep in mind each square is 5 by 5 miles to give you a rough estimate.
Now, of course, the water to the east of that is part of the Snake's Tongue River. And what lies to the north is either uh, a Great Lake or an inland sea. Take your pick on how you want to call it. But it's a huge body of water. Now, of course, what's not in the light green is considered agricultural for the most part, and the dark green is forest. So, just so y'all know what you're looking at.
The lighter green
Anyhow,
being they cleared out farmland and other nearby things that aren't inside city walls themselves.
right.
And the gray area is the actual inner city.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Again, it is a bustling city, but the streets are not so crowded as to be difficult to negotiate. Uh, Axholm does boast of having the largest mercenary training camps in the western part of the world. Okay. And as such, that reflects in people's behavior about respecting personal distance. Okay, you don't have crowded thongs in Axholm. It's very rare for people to jostle one another because, yeah,
You never know who you're jostling.
right. And then there are the axe helms. I think you've all heard of them.
Yep. Kind of
Okay.
legendary.
What did you say, Gina?
I have not heard about the axe helms.
Oh my. Okay.
May I?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Alright, let me look it up. OUS. I want to get your exact word for it because I could paraphrase. AXH. Huh. Right. Well, I'm either not finding it or it's like on a second page. Anyway, the Axhelms of Axholm are infamous because they were basically given to members of Lord Grest's honor guard and so forth, notable fighters and such. When Grest disappeared, the wearing of them was banned because people kept trying to impersonate him to come in and claim the throne. And as such, anyone who was seen still wearing them, either they won it in combat or so forth, was assumed to be sort of a badass, and it became sort of a thing where if you saw a guy wearing an axe helm, you could challenge him to an honorable duel where no quarter was to be given or expected. And yeah, it's a statement. I
Cool.
know that's a poor way of explaining it, really. Maybe it's in
Okay.
rumors and gossip. That's why.
Yeah, you might want to look for it. Anyhow, with the return of Lord Gress, the champion of the city, uh, they've become more commonplace again. But generally, again, these are only worn by uh, troops who serve the crown.
Okay.
Okay, you might see one that it's like a family heirloom, or some guy that's too old to really serve anymore. Uh, and yes, at one point there were fakes made, and people tried to either sell or barter them or use them to impress people in other places. But yeah, to this day, if you see somebody wearing an axe helm,
There we go.
you can challenge him to combat, and he's not supposed to be able to deny it. What would you find, Double M?
All the way at the top of rumors and gossip, 8/23/2020. The axe-bladed helms of Axholm are a dangerous curiosity. After the disappearance of Grest and Co., some charlatans took to impersonating him or his guard. After a few fiascos, Regent Cinder decreed a law that anyone wearing the helm could be challenged to a battle with the draw of a blade, and any wearing it without proof of dispensation jailed indefinitely. Until Grest returned, only the house guard or royal blood dared sport the headgear. Outside the land of Axholms, it is still considered an open invitation to combat, and the wearer considers himself ready for any honorable challenge with no quarter expected. It is believed less than 50 exist, or most are in their homeland, though some copies have been made.
There we go. So anyhow, and again, Dave, since you're a native here, and as you know, within the last year or so, the gongs signaling the return of the Titans of Eld, and yes, Lord Grest was among those. There was much celebration and happiness when he returned. King Grost still sits on the throne, however, and quite comfortably so. And since that time, the axe helms have become more prevalent. In fact, a lot of times now you'll see, like, if you see a city watch, a patrol, one of them will be sporting an axe helm. So, yep.
Do you want to test your luck?
Anyhow, party, y'all will spend the better part of an hour traveling from your current location to the alchemist in question shop, who I don't have a name for at this time.
Tim.
Yeah, I'll come up with something. Anyhow, you're there. What do you wish to do?
Inquire about the job, the nature of the components required, and Hans, I'll have to check if he has a thing, otherwise I'll ask if one of his companions can take notes. No, damn it, I'm gonna have to get myself a book and some charcoal.
Pardon me.
I didn't have the gold.
Well, Godisserol, would you happen to have some note-taking equipment? In addition to, just us memorizing what we're being asked to get.
Uh, I believe I can accommodate in that
Thank you.
aspect. All right. So the four of you are going in.
Yes.
Anyhow, the proprietor is behind the counter, and he'll welcome you. Welcome, welcome. Where's can I help you with today?
Viva actually looking for a job, and at this point, Dungeon Master will reference whatever notice it was, stating that such and so looking for people to acquire, so on and so forth.
Well, very well then. And he looks over the four of you. Let's see, we got a dwarf, an ugly little troll, a really big guy, and go average. Well, what I was really hoping for was either a very large band that could travel to the southwest, where I have, and he'll produce a map of the local area, and he's got a spot marked. And so here, if you look to the southwest, I've had some informants bring me word of a hive of bees. They're very special bees. And I would like as much of their honey as possible for ingredients in the potions. However, this would require either overwhelming strength, thus a large band, or a small band such as yourself, but I see one of you is wearing plate mail.
I was incorrect about that. It's banded.
Ah, okay.
Because
Well,
I can't afford 400 for plate. I
I
just
didn't
realized.
think you could.
No,
I had sent up a flag.
I fixed it all now.
Okay, good. Okay, he's still going to remark on your. You said banded armor.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, not exactly a stealth thing,
No.
but again, if your group could sneak in and acquire any amount, I would pay handsomely for it. Or there's another matter, and he'll indicate another little mark he's got on his map. This one's almost due west of here, and it should be about 20 miles. apparently there's some ruins, a keep of some sort used to lie here, and it's dilapidated for centuries now. But I understand that near the base of one of the towers, where a stream has changed course and is rubbing up against it, the water is actually eroding the tower, and the tower itself was secured by magic. It was the home of a wizard back in his day. Anyhow, no one claims it anymore. But if you could fetch me as much of that water after it's went past the tower, it may be of use to me if it is indeed magic. I'm still willing to pay a basic fee just for a sample. But excuse me, Mama needs my help.
All right.
All right, fellas. I'm already thinking. I think the water one sounds good. It sounds
Yeah,
easy.
no, I think we're a little ill-equipped for the bee thing.
Yeah,
The bee, it
and the
depends
special
on what
bees,
type of
and then
bee it
like
is, but
collecting water from a stream just downhill from the
Well,
fucking
it's
keep.
by a freaking dungeon, and we might want to poke at that dungeon ourselves, potentially. Or just get the
Potentially.
water.
it's by a keep that's if it's from a wizard, then we might be kind of screwed because
Hmm.
Abandoned though. Yeah, there might be some
wizards are
magic
known
traps.
for
Yeah.
some tricky things.
They are. So, reasonably, the keep itself is eroded, destroyed, whatever wards and protections that he has. And this is out of character, guys. That's probably not our concern. Unless he
No.
warded the dungeons, because everyone has dungeons, and everyone's dungeons has loot. We want money. Ding, ding, ding.
We
Now,
have to
granted, it
try.
might be way too powerful for us, or the dungeon master might be nice and pull out a first level dungeon. It's suited for us. It means first level treasure equivalent, where it's like, haha, a chest full of copper pieces. Yes, this will fetch at least 20 gold pieces. As opposed to, a chest full of gold pieces, where it's like, haha, we're set for life. But it could be worth poking at. What do y'all think? Because the
I
water
think
itself is a nice bonus, a good reason to
I
head
think
there,
yeah.
but that's a dungeon.
Yep. I think we poke at the dungeon, see if it's safe. If it's not, we just collect the water and come on home.
Well, we can gather
I'm
some
I
water first in case we have to run out of there like bats out of hell.
yeah
Mm-hmm.
I am more I'm not worried about getting the water and like traps like explosive rooms or stuff like that.
Please.
I'm mainly worried that he has some form of like constructs that like gargoyles or something like that that's protecting this keep.
Well, there's only one way to find out, Tom.
Yep.
You gotta poke at it. Throw rocks at it from a distance.
Oh, I have a stick to poke at things. I might get a bigger
There
stick,
we go.
actually. I actually hope I can
Think-
fit in there. We'll see. Alright, Dungeon Master, you back?
Yes.
Okay, so should I do this in or out of character? Now, let's do out, and you can tell me if I need to go in. Hans's questions first off. You okay? So pretend that we go there. The water turns out to be fairly mundane, but we don't know it till we get back. What's the base rate amount for just our travel time?
The princely sum of 50 gold.
All right, I'll
That's
accept that.
fair.
Yep, 50
That's
gold,
fair.
4 heads. That's 12 and a half gold pieces each. I can live with that.
Yeah.
Now,
Yep.
should the water turn out to be magical in the nature that you wish it to be, for a standard water skin, which holds, I believe, 2 quarts, so a half gallon, and I'm not going to hold you to this, Dungeon Master, if you don't have the number right in front of us, but rough idea?
He says, nay, we'll not be using water skins. If you accept this job, I will provide containers.
Ah,
You'll have to be
Glass.
careful with them because,
Glass
yes, they will be
vials.
glass.
okay. Would any glass do, or do we need your specially prepared containers? Because,
Any glass would do,
all
but
right,
I know mine are clean and uncontaminated.
okay. Duly noted, but there's nothing to stop me from, spending a bit of coin, getting a large glass thing that I could throw over my shoulder type of deal if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for the first container, as I've said, the princely sum of 50 gold. Now, if it does indeed check out to have properties of which I can avail, because assuming it's mundane, I've paid you for your time, and I'm now able to confirm and put this rumor to rest. But should it actually be something useful, I'd be willing to pay double that much for each container.
Okay. What's the size of these containers?
Okay, he will produce a glass container. And without having a proper word in my head to call it by, let's say it is capable of holding a half gallon.
All right, so about the size of a water skin. Obviously, it's not a water skin itself, though.
No, it's not a water skin, it's glass. And it even has a glass stopper with a little either leather or rubber, like washer type dealy bob.
Okay, half gallon, 20 miles away. Obviously, I'll look at the map and confirm with him, okay, it's roughly over here. And Dungeon Master, I'll pull up my map and you can show me when we're at that point. Yeah, I'm thinking instead of the bees, we'll go after the water. Do you know anything else about the dungeon, just out of curiosity? Like, this wizard was known for making guardians of smoke that would pop out whenever anyone came near it, type of deal? Anything we need to be aware of?
His fields of research have been lost to antiquity. I can't say anything much about what he did with his arts.
Alright, was worth a shot. Let's see. Damn, we might actually want to get like a cart or something to cart this stuff with. Alright,
Yeah,
so
or else
Dungeon
someone's
Master.
gonna be
I'm
stuck
sorry, go ahead.
carrying glass bottles.
Yeah, no, we'll
Yeah, if we
need.
don't get something, someone's gonna be stuck with their hands full carrying this crate of glass
And then
bottles.
something jumps out and attacks, and it's like, haha, you drop it and it spatters, and up there goes all that. So, Dungeon
Yep.
Master, I have the world map open, this being the new one, which, we actually have that thing in out of character. Assuming that 20 miles is roughly accurate, that puts it on that thick black line by the O, or, that thick black line there, roughly.
It's going to be outside of the farmland.
Okay. So
So
just
maybe closer to the right-hand side of the letter H.
the right hand side of the letter H. Between H and O or above O?
Between H and O.
Okay. Like directly between them, roughly, by that crosshair over there, let's say?
Like up against the H.
Alright. Here, let me just get paint open for a second.
Molly would ask what type of bee it is. Like, is it a giant bee? Like
Yes,
poisonous venom, that kind of stuff.
giant bees. Quite large.
Frick me, and I'm not going after that.
Nope.
Oh,
Like
guys,
poisonous
I found something
venom.
I could snack on a little bit. Last a little bit of a jar of pickled peppers.
There you go.
Not the hot, spicy ones, but pickled peppers nonetheless. And they're so strong that I'm not getting that bitter aftertaste.
There you go.
Ugh.
Alright, Dungeon Master. Bloop.
Mm.
I made a thing. It's kind of messy. I apologize. Basically, I tried to color in the areas between H and O.
Yellow.
Yellow. Okay. Thank you. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted.
I love it.
I'm going to have to keep the rest of that brine
Okay, let's
on
take a
hand
look
as
at that
well.
map. We could take the road out of Axholm up until that line and then cut due south, keeping within, outside the deep forested area. We'd only have to go through a few miles of forest.
Okay, now remember, the road that you're looking at on the map, that is a major road.
Mm-hmm.
That road is actually maintained with levelers.
Yeah, big enough for
Okay.
Spot and Fido to ride two abreast. Not that I know
Alright.
who those are in game, of course, but
Spot is actually something of a local wow, yeah. when Lord Gresk returned, he was on this huge animal, and it's at the royal stables. And there was speculation about that over the years about why the damn stables were so tall.
Turns out now they know.
And yeah, because this thing pulls an iron armored cart that's the size of a small house.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah,
Alright. So the point is that lighter green terrain, we could take that most of the way south and only have to duck into the actual forest for a bit.
and the alchemist will advise that there are many farmers' roads that run west of here.
Or take a farmer's road. That would save some travel time. Because we're
And
currently
again,
towards
guys,
the southern end of the city, right?
uh, okay. See the line that runs east to west through the entire word of Axholm?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you follow that line into the city to about the halfway point, so not quite to that up and down line that's
Okay.
Yeah.
skirting it. You are somewhere in that area. Ish.
So here, a little red X marks the spot, and blue marks the party. So there are various farmers' roads that we could take, and they should be passable.
Yeah, because remember, guys, the light green represents agricultural, okay, where a lot of the trees have been cleared and it's farmland.
So do
They're
you
either
fellas think we should maybe try and get a cart?
I
they're
could have.
either raising animals or crops or yeah, that looks pretty good, Double M.
Hmm. I could
Horses and
probably
carts
afford a
are
cart unless
expensive.
you're able. And this is me questioning the alchemist. If he wants, if he gives us like a small cart or something, or hell, even if he's willing to front a loan for a wagon, we could probably bring back more of the water. Of course, he doesn't know if it's magical or not, so it could be completely worthless, and he wouldn't waste the
Yeah,
time with
so
that.
he's only willing at this time to pay for the first container because if you're bringing back 50, or I mean this one container and it's not magical, then he's paying you for information at this
Okay.
point. Okay. And he won't know until you bring it back and he's had time to test it.
All right.
So he's not willing to pay for additional containers at this time. That's a whole lot of water you might be hauling for
So
nothing.
we
All right.
just need to get one
So
container
if
and
we
then
get
we
one
can come back.
container back, we could go back and get more for him, though.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, one container about the size of a half gallon. I think we can carry that without needing a cart. Shouldn't be too bad. Maybe we could get like something to wrap it in, but yeah. I mean, hell, I'm Hans. I could lift that thing up with one hand and keep my other hand on Bertha. Sound good, guys? So we'll
Yep.
forego the
Sounds
cart
good.
for now, and if this turns out to be a profitable venture in one way or another, that will be good. Dungeon Master, obviously, we intend to poke at that dungeon while we're there.
What dungeon?
So this is the tower that some wizard used to reside in. Odds are he has a dungeon there. So we're gonna poke at that, maybe.
Okay, yeah. The alchemist does not know.
Oh, we weren't
This
questioning
place,
him if there was some dungeon filled with treasure there. I'm just making an assumption.
well, there might be, there might not be. Again, this information has been lost to the ravages of time.
We
Now
are the informants.
he has heard of various old keeps in this part of the world, and yeah, sometimes they're used for bandit lairs and other things, and they're scattered around. This part of the world used to be much more heavily populated than it currently is.
Hmm.
Fact is, he's even heard of a keep that lies even further to the west.
Ooh.
That
I'll ask if he can point it out, and I'll take note of it, Dungeon Master.
his map isn't big enough, but it's to the west by southwest. He doesn't know how far, maybe 100 miles.
Alright, I'll get a general idea for the vicinity, just in case I'm ever in the area and I see a keep.
But he has heard that there is one that is functioning again. It used to be a grand keep, but fell into disrepair. But now apparently, some local warlord has taken up residence out there, and recruits people.
Okay. I'll thank the man for the information. And yeah,
Okay.
we will take, if he's willing to provide, we'll take on the job for the water. We'll take one of his glass things. I'll carry it, and I assume it's carryable, like, I probably need a description of it or just a general idea. I'm picturing a glass jug almost, perhaps handles on the side.
So think like an older style wine bottle, flat on the bottom, round, coming up with
Shine
a
jug?
long neck and with a glass handle on one side. And a what,
I
Gina?
said like a shine jug.
Uh, not that fat and
Oh, okay.
taller. So think the thin, tall version. It's the
Yep.
glass. The glass appears to be very thickly made, so as to resist breakage.
Something like that, but thinner and taller.
Okay, more of a handle, not just a finger handle,
That's a good point,
and
yeah.
a longer neck, and overall slightly thinner.
Okay. I can work with
All
that.
right.
Yep.
So
Here,
yeah,
Pat,
party,
getting a drink.
if it's all good with you, since I'm going to be in the rear of the formation, I'll hold that. It's glass, I'm strong. I can hold that. Even when it's filled with water, I lug around more water than that in my backpack, pretty much.
Okay. Water is
Should-
roughly 8 pounds a gallon. So, and this is a half-gallon container, plus the weight of the container itself.
It's 4 or 5 pounds. It's not going to be like a big, heavy thing.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Actually, that's a good point. Dungeon Master, my pack should be able to hold this thing. It's, the
Yes.
extra large. And I've got
Gina
a thick...
Again. Gina said he'd BRB, and I'm craving nicotine again. Please
Go get
forgive me.
nicotine.
Yeah.
I will put in actions. Hans will see about wrapping the glass jug in his winter blanket. His XL winter blanket, that is. Okay. Well, should be a pretty solid quest. So we get the jug, fill it with the water, head on back. If he's willing to pay, 50 gold pieces for that, that should be solid.
And if it turns out to be magical, then
And then we go back with more of them. He might be able to provide us with them. We fill them up for him, it's good. But before or after we fill up the thing with water, probably before, we'll go poke around there, see if there's a dungeon. If there is, great. We can carefully poke in it. If not, well, yeah. Then we just grab the water, come back.
Yep.
Welcome back. So yeah, since we have an actual quest here, if we see something like a troll, not a troll, goodness, if we see a troll, we're fucked. But if we see something like a goblin patrol or something and it runs away from us because Hans is scary, we might not want to chase after it because that could be a bigger deterrent than just getting what we need done. I like treasure as much as the next greedy adventurer, but we have a quest.
That is correct.
Alright. Welcome to Dungeon Master.
Thank you.
Hopefully Hans isn't too scary and scares everything away, though.
Oh, I wish.
You'll have to find out in session, won't you? All right. So what does the party wish to do at this time?
Alright, Dungeon Master, I will take the jug. I will try to wrap it up in my winter blanket in my pack to keep it insulated so that nothing should chip or crack at it.
Okay, you think you've done a fairly decent job of that.
Alright, pack it up.
I'm okay.
And, yeah. We shall return. At this point, Dungeon Master, we're going to head on out. Obviously go disroll. We'll check that he's good with this idea. Any ideas or inspiration he has that he'd like to share, feel free. Otherwise, we march. Well, actually, what time of day is it, Dungeon Master?
It's mid-morning, and Godisserol is amicable to this idea.
Okay.
Right.
Mid-morning. We're over at the Blue. No sense in wasting the rest of the day waiting for dawn to come. Let's just get moving. We're gonna end up camping one way or the other.
Yep.
Probably.
Alright. Dungeon Master, we march to the closest gate to get us towards one of those farmer roads so that we don't have to take that main road.
Okay. All right. So again, no significant encounters that the party is aware of. Uh, again, this city has a strong watch presence. Just and for your characters, this would not seem unusual. This would seem normal to you guys, except for Molly, since you're imported from someplace nearby, probably one of the small towns that doesn't show up on the map. Uh, yeah, for you, strong watch presence.
Dungeon Master, let us know when we're clear of the city.
Uh-huh.
Damn thing. Looks like my phone
Strong
is being
watch.
a dick.
At least we know we're safe.
Oh, just wait. I'm about to make the legends of Lord Grest feel like fairy tales. We march at 5 miles per hour, comrades. Keep up. No, we'll go 3. We are going to move, though. Fuck moving at like 1 mile per hour.
Okay, so y'all get to the edge of the city, and yeah, there's a gate, and again, guard presence. They have guards on the walls as well. They do have ballista on these walls.
Hmm.
Full size ballista.
Yes, if only. One day, one day. That being said, nod to the guardsmen, wish them a good day,
Okay.
good morning, and we will depart as convenient.
Okay, and what is this number? Oh, interesting. Okay.
Hmm.
All right, so
Is that what that feels like? It's been a while.
that and that. Okay. So y'all make it clear of the city, and about an hour goes by, and y'all are starting to feel the rumblies in your tumblies. Do y'all wish to stop and eat?
Yep, stop and eat. Uh, Here, you
How
know what,
much food
companion?
can you eat, big fella?
Oh, don't worry, I brought my own food, and yeah, you'll notice Hans eats at least a person and a half's food, if not more.
Oh wow, he's a hungry boy.
Well, he's a big boy. That being said, I have enough food to last for a few days, and worst comes to worst, well, Dave, you look a little too not tasty, and
Hey, I've got lots of food. Don't worry, you'll be fine.
oh, okay, good. Nine, I was joking. We just kill some animal, some herd animal or something, roast it over a fire.
One of them reindeers.
Cattle, reindeer, monsters. Uh,
Okay. Y'all said what? 2 miles an hour?
3.
3?
We're
Okay.
gonna hoof it if we can. If it's like, ow, Dungeon Master, if my character is like wearing heavy armor, they can't move that fast, so my legs feel like they're bleeding. Then okay, we'll take it down a bit. This is assuming, of course, said characters relate these things. I know Hans isn't encumbered or has leather armor on, so he's good.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all stop. You eat your lunches, and y'all get moving again. And a little while goes by, and perception checks.
Okay.
Pulling him.
I rolled an 11. I hope our NPC companion has better perception scores than we do, because we're better than average, but we're not in the high range, and we need someone who's perceptive.
I rolled an 8 and I have a 14.
Okay.
Failed by 3. I rolled a 17.
Okay, then Dave. Okay, Dave and Hans, you'll both hear uh, the sound of hoofbeats
In front of us or behind us?
behind.
Behind.
All right, look over my shoulder, Dungeon Master.
I turn and I look.
Okay, there is indeed for the two of you because let's see. Let me look at the formation. Molly in front, Dave, Gadisral, and Hans. Okay, so Dave, I don't think y'all are walking in a single file here because I imagine y'all are kind of conversing with each other.
Most likely, it's fairly
Sort of,
fluid, I imagine.
sort of mobbing down there. So
Yeah.
yeah, the two of you will look around behind you, and yes, you will indeed see men on horseback, and they're moving faster than y'all are.
Are they like galloping or cantering type of deal?
Somewhere in that range. Not a full gallop, but
But we are on a road, right?
yes.
All right.
Okay. Maybe they're just coming up to pass us.
How many of them?
Looks like 7 or 8.
7 or 8. Okay. Are they armed? Do they have armor?
They definitely have armor, and they appear to be armed as well.
Well, I tell you what, if there's 7 or 8 of them, if they're here to kill us, we're fucking dead anyways. So let's just take it easy.
Maybe. Now they're not like, visors down, lances pointed at us. They're just moving
Yeah.
across, I presume.
That appears to be correct.
All right. Is this road wide enough for them to ride around us, or if they were to keep on the road, they'd run through us?
It might be a little tight, but they can probably get around you.
We'll move off to the side of the road.
We're gonna keep
Okay.
marching, but yeah, we'll move over to the side. And companions, watch yourselves from Zavir.
Okay. So y'all move over to one side, and they'll ride up. They'll slow down for a moment. They'll look over at y'all appraisingly and nod.
Give them a
And
nod.
yes.
Good
Okay.
afternoon.
At this range, you can see they look like part of the city watch. One of the guys is in plate mail, and he's got the axe helm. The others are in chain, with the exception of one guy that's in robes. And yeah, they slow down, appraise the party, nod, and yeah, they continue on. Yeah, their shields do have the mark of Axholm on them, and yep, harmless encounter.
Yep,
Unless
figured
y'all
as
wanted to be
much.
stupid. Unless the party wanted to be stupid.
I mean,
Yeah,
if they
get on
looked
it
like
now.
they were bandits, I would have considered firing Bertha when they got in range, but nah, I figured it was probably safe. Probably.
Yeah, shoot at an axe helm. Be
I'm
right
sorry,
back.
say again, Dom?
You want to try and challenge this dude for his axe home?
Not today. 9. I've learned an axe home's the appropriate way, not by challenging someone who, not to speak badly of the thing, but the fortune might decide that more than skill. And Dungeon Master, this would not be said in earshot of the dude, obviously.
Okay. Well, again, after they pass Shaw, they get back up to the speed they seem to have been going at, and they kick up a little bit of dust because this is a dirt road. But again, it did muffle the sound of the hoofbeat somewhat. And of course, Molly and Gadisserol would have noticed as y'all were telling them, hey, we need to get over to the side. And so you'd be amazed how many parties I've had where they would have attacked. Just,
Oh, no, like I've said before, my hand was on Bertha's trigger.
okay.
Now my finger might be resting next to instead of on the trigger, so I don't accidentally fire it as you would with reasonable thing. But
I'm just saying, I've seen a lot of stupid players.
yes, we have. That 5 plus 5 for my hit points is taunting me. Ah well, I will live.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Yep, it was probably just City Votch or very good impersonators who will rob us in our sleep. So yeah, Dungeon Master, obviously, like you mentioned, we'd be conversing and such, so I'm not asking to get the life details of our companion, Godisrol, but I imagine we're feeling him out, and okay, we got this idea. He's a bit reclusive and shit. I'll ask what his strategy is in a fight.
Depends on what we're fighting.
I'd say a goblin pops up from over there, or several of them.
Which is it, one goblin or several?
Let's do several, because I would kill one goblin with Bertha.
don't know just yet.
Well, as long as you can decide when the moment comes, that's all good. I'm not prying any deeper, Dungeon Master. I think I got him
Okay.
figured out.
All right. How long is the party going to travel? Till about what time?
Alright, let's say... Describe the area around us, Dungeon Master. We're in mostly farmland and stuff, right?
Yes.
Occasional trees here or there, maybe?
Yeah, the occasional tree, but
Right.
yeah, most of the... If it looks like it would have been good for planting something or having animals graze on it, it's been converted to that. Now, yeah, on the pasture-type lands, and especially close to water, there will be more trees as, shade for the animals or whoever.
Alright, in that case, Dungeon Master, we're about an hour before lunch. Hans will start picking up, torchwood for the campfire. He could
Okay.
probably carry that, tuck it out over his shoulder type of deal. And then at about a half hour or so before lunch, we're going to try and find a spot not too far
Before
from a
lunch?
nearby water source and set camp.
I think he
You
means
said
before
before
dinner.
lunch.
My
Dinner.
bad. Before dinner. Before
Okay.
nightfall words.
So an hour before dinner, you're going to start picking up wood, and at half an hour before dinner, what now?
Then we'll find a place not too far from a stream and set up camp. Preferably close to the road, but not on the road.
Okay. Okay.
And
Good
obviously
like
that
that.
amount's flexible 10-15 minutes in either direction.
Okay. And that's that. Okay. And that's going to be another keeping track of time and distance. Okay. That worked out really neatly. Okay, so y'all are going to get within about 15 to 20 minutes of nightfall. And yes, lo and behold, you will spot over to the right-hand side of the road, not far from the road, in fact, a little pond. It's maybe 50 feet across, and there are some trees on its bank closest to the road, and it does have a stream that feeds off of it and goes through a culvert type thing, and the road has been got like a wooden plank bridge that goes over the stream. Again, this is a stream. It's just a couple of feet wide, so it's barely a bridge, but yeah, it is level and flat enough that if somebody's bringing a wagon to market, that they don't have to go through a gully kind of thing. So y'all indicated y'all wanted to set camp by the stream or by the pond?
Let's do it by the stream. Again, not right on the stream bank, give ourselves at least 30 feet between us and it.
Okay. And how far off the road?
Assuming I got my mental picture correctly, the stream runs not perpendicular, parallel to the road, roughly? Do I have that correct?
No, the stream runs under the road.
Under the road, okay. So in that case, it is perpendicular then. Wait,
Yeah,
under the road.
perpendicular, not parallel.
Okay, so then there's probably some bridge or just fords over there. So in
Yeah,
that case, say a spot about 30 feet from both the stream and the road. Or maybe 10 feet from the road, 30 feet from the stream.
The pond, I thought I said it's about 30 feet from the road.
I'm sorry then if I misheard that.
Okay.
The point is about 10 feet off the road, within 30 or so feet of a source of water.
Okay.
Fire and shit.
All right.
Well, Dungeon Master, we're nearby some trees?
Yeah, it's not a lot, but there are trees.
Hans is saying that to the trees.
He's saying what to the trees?
Is there any among you here which take offense to fire? Please let my group know and we'll move.
He is talking to the trees.
So I assume he's seen an ent before.
I'm afraid I couldn't say. That being said, Dungeon Master, yeah. I've seen some shit. uh,
Only on every fucking doorway inside the damn cities.
and yeah, Dave, the dwarf ain't talking to the trees. That would be the giant. Kind of a big distinction there, like 5 feet of distinction. And Dom, your character, whose
Yes.
name I cannot remember, yeah, no.
Ollie.
Read it
Ollie.
again. Read it again, Double M.
Looks at the
I looked
dwarf.
at the
Is he
dwarf.
talking to the trees?
Yes, and then I
Oh, that
said
you've
to
been
the
putting
dwarf, "Is
quotations.
he talking to?" Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't do grammar.
you might have wanted to put a comma and a question mark in there then. So, yeah. Okay. Brain damaged. All right. Well, y'all RP for a couple of minutes while I go for another couple of drags real quick.
Then the teas tell you not to make a fire, so you have to make a cold camp in the winter. You'll understand. I didn't mean for it to be roleplay. It was just a minutia thing. Obviously, Dom, you're familiar with what Hans has seen, so
Yes.
fucking Drew in his goddamn cold camp.
So you got like PTSD?
Yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
All right. That being said, my camp. Now, at this point, and I realize Dungeon Master's gone, so it's pointless saying this, but at this point, Han's like, okay, so I'm going to take this watch here, and let's see, has he met a dwarf before? Let me check, because I don't think he has, actually. I mean, he's seen Lagatha, that's a Durgar.
I got a shave, so seeing a dwarf with a beard.
It's something that or insanity. It could be the latter.
Okay, so I've seen a Durgar before, and Dwarf. I probably don't get what Infravision is, since I myself don't have it, but I'm adding that to my list.
Okay, the trees do not respond, and as I've noticed in actions, you are setting camp, making a fire.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay.
It's just the thing I do, Dungeon Master. I pay attention to shit like that, because it's like, hey, next time around, what if I was like, hey, are there any trees among here that object to fire? No fire! And the trees all stand up and attack. But by being the peaceful, hey, is there anyone here who objects? Because I'll move. It, diffuses the situation before it happens.
Okay. Well, party sets up bedroll just outside the firelight. Okay.
C formations.
C formations.
The bottom thing is the campsite formation.
Hans inside the campfire north. Goodness roll inside campfire northeast. Dave outside to the northeast. Molly inside to the east. Okay. Gotcha. And I don't have to worry about any horses or link boys or any of that other shit.
Right, marking off a ration.
Yes. Party, mark off your evening meal. And anything special is y'all get the fire going and refill your water skins and blah 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 blah.
Probably going to be dark before we can play a good round of cards, so I'll save it for later.
Okay. And y'all are doing watch in 3-hour shifts, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm. All right. I guess, yeah, Dungeon Master, there is one special thing. I'm going to try and plot on the map roughly where we are based off of, okay, I know we were moving kind of this fast, so we should be roughly here. Obviously it's not going to be perfect.
Okay. Do you have a map with you?
I have my world map that I bought.
Okay.
Got a nice leather case for it, too.
Okay.
So
Nice.
obviously I know where our destination is. I know that we set out at about, call it lunchtime by the time we were free of the city. Traveled at 3 miles per hour for about how many hours? I want to guess 6, maybe 5, so let's call it 15. So if my calculations are correct, we're somewhere by the L of Axholm, maybe on one side or the other.
Let me see.
But that's a lot of guesswork on my end.
Okay.
Roughly halfway?
Yeah, you're not sure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got a pretty good idea, don't you? But you're not sure.
That's fine.
That's where we think we are.
Well, we'll find out soon enough. Dungeon Master,
Mhm.
rough idea. I don't need the exact number, obviously, but how many hours did we travel for outside the city? Like, I know there was an hour, then we stopped for lunch, and then we kept going.
Yeah. So y'all left the city at say roughly 11, and it's when y'all stopped, it was almost 6.
Alright, so about 7 or so hours of travel at roughly 2 to 3 miles an hour. About 14 to 15 miles. Yeah, that
You got
puts
our
us
both
close to
here.
the L. Maybe even close to the O.
Maybe.
Alright,
We
I'm,
haven't
I'm not
crossed
gonna.
that major.
I'm
That's
not
a
gonna.
major road, right?
No, that the top thing's a major road. We've been on a farmer's road, which is less maintained, therefore probably harder to traverse. Hence why I've lowered
But
our 3 mile per hour pace to probably closer to 2.
but that big fat black line is like a major highway.
No.
No, that's
Oh.
actually like the edge of the water thing. The brown line below it, that is the major road.
Oh, I see. Yep. Okay. Okay.
Right,
Okay.
thank you, Dungeon Master. I know these questions are very fun for you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to do a thing in formations, which I will encourage everyone else to do. I'm going to put some of my routines.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, damn. Okay. Uh.
Hey, Double M, I got a question for you. How do you do that? Like make lists. Every time I hit enter,
Shift
it just
enter.
sends me a message.
Shift enter.
What's that?
You have to
Shift
hold shift
enter.
and press enter, and that allows you to put in an enter.
Thank you very much.
Right. there's typing going on.
I'm just putting routines.
So, Hans, when you're keeping watch, are you inside or outside of the firelight?
Glad you asked. So I'm using that continual lightstone lantern. Sorry, people with infravision. But I will
Oh,
try and keep within 30 to 40 feet or so of the campfire when I'm holding it. You know, obviously that thing illuminates a fuck ton of area around me very brightly. But
okay.
yeah, just patrol clockwise. Clockwise. Goodness, I can't talk.
Okay. Molly, same question. When you're on watch.
Counterclockwise, outside of the firelight, letting my infravision take place.
Okay. And Dave, what about you?
Well, if they're going counterclockwise, I'll go clockwise.
Okay.
I've been
Outside
doing
of the firelight.
clockwise.
Oh, okay.
Outside
Uh,
of the firelight?
yes, using my infovision.
Okay. Yeah, I just needed to know these things.
Oh, hey, Gina.
Yes,
So you have banded armor on your character, right?
yes,
You are aware you can't sleep in that because it's too heavy to be
yes,
comfortable to sleep in. So you have
yes.
leather or a chain to sleep in, or you're sleeping nude, or make sure you have that
I'm
in mind.
sleeping naked.
Oh, taking off your
Creep.
chainmail as well?
That's a good point. The banded mail does have an undercoating, not as good as the full like the regular chainmail, but still protects you, and that you can wear. But yeah, Hans, if he had plate mail, would also have a suit of either his leather or chainmail, most likely, because that's his next step that he would sleep in.
Okay. So, yeah. Molly, I need a perception check.
Mm.
Okay. I rolled a 7, so make it by 7.
Okay. Very no good. You are dwarven. It's probably from. Okay. So, Molly, you've been on watch for about an hour when you're going to make your perception check, and you're going to spot at the edge of your infravision some heat sources. And I need to check a thing on you.
All right.
Where
Oh,
can
welcome
we
back,
see
Gina.
that?
Yeah, my kid pulled the internet cord out of the router upstairs.
Ah, I'm so sorry to
Oof.
hear about your kid.
So, yeah, Molly, you're going to spot these heat signatures coming from the southwest. Now, remember, the party has been moving west. So, southwest is like ahead and to the left. And you are at the southern edge of the campsite when this occurs.
That's a good point.
Wake up the party and go and wait to see if they're going to try and attack us.
Okay. I'm going to go for a couple of drags real quick while you think about how you're doing that. Because, yeah, are you shouting? Are you throwing a bucket of water on the party? Are you, yeah, figure out the details while I get a couple of drags.
I was thinking more like the stuff of, okay, Dungeon Master, when I go to the inn, I'm locking doors, so on and so forth. That's a good point.
I see what you're saying as well when I see yours. Ooh, look at Molly's. Nice. We can have them all, right? We can have these ones plus the ones for the inn.
1 second, phone call.
And not really anybody's talked about feeding the horses, so I decided to put that
We don't
into
have
my.
horses.
Oh yeah, that's
I
fine.
thought of that, but I'll be right back.
Sorry, I'm very tired.
We have a Hans. We could feed him and get him to pull the wagon.
I don't think Hans would like that.
No, I don't think he would. I think I know the character he's playing. I'll wait till he gets back, though.
Okay, I am back. So, signal whistle in mouth, ready to blow the whistle if they seem hostile, keeping my eyes on them. Okay. Now, what was this? Was somebody going to tell me something?
I'm back.
Double in, that's all.
I'm sorry, who what?
I think I figured out your character. Are you the guy in the little shack in the Frozen movies? Hans?
What? No, I'm the stereotypical German.
Oh, okay.
Big summer blowout.
Anyhow,
Yes.
so Molly apparently has signal whistle in mouth or something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Keeping your eyes on them. I got to think this through. Tricky here.
That's a good point. Did Hans ever get a tent?
That's easy enough. So that would be... All right, so... that... All right, so Molly, you're not sure if they're small or if they're just really low to the ground, but they seem to be moving very slowly and coming towards the campsite.
How far away do they seem?
Well, when you spot them, they're at 60 yards. 55 yards, 50 yards.
I'll slowly, with my foot try and kick Hans awake.
So you're going to go into the firelight?
Yeah.
Okay. So are you walking, running? What?
Just walking.
You're just walking?
Yep.
Give me a perception check.
That is a 3.
Okay, as you start walking into the firelight, you can hear noises of movement coming from the direction that you saw the things because your infravision is spoiled.
Blowing signal whistle.
Okay, party perception checks with bonuses.
I
I
rolled a
rolled a
7.
12.
Huh?
I rolled a 12.
Okay, see how Double M just put 7 on a
Oh,
15?
yep.
Yeah, so you had a 12, because
On
I
a
don't have a
14.
cheat sheet on y'all. 12 on 14? Okay.
Yep.
Very good.
Key.
So after I get a cheat sheet for this party established, I won't need the
No
perceptions
problem.
listed, but new.
I'm outside the firelight. What do I see, girls?
Ah, you are what direction? Northeast?
Northeast.
You're northeast, and I said these guys were coming in from the southwest.
So they're on the other
Oof.
side of the fire. I can't see through the fire. Okay.
Which way? To the right or to the left?
So if they are, I'm northeast, they're southwest, I will go left.
Okay. Well, see, you wouldn't know they're southwest. You just know you
Yes.
can't see anything. So you're
Yep.
circling the fire, going
the
to the left. Okay. All right. Drawing shield and longsword and moving to engage. So you're going to lose your light sight and try to go back onto infravision, Dom.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Hans, of course, the whistle blast woke you up, and you see Gadisserol also waking up and looking around, and you can see Molly moving towards the southwest. And Dave, you would spot that as well. Molly's moving from inside the firelight to the southwest
Okay.
of the camp and going into the darkness. And I'm going to need an initiative roll here.
For the party?
Yes.
Okay, let's go to dice rolls.
Alright. I needed to know what I saw before I could put in the proper thing, but
Okay.
Oh, that didn't work. I gotta do exclamation.
yeah, let's get something appropriate for this.
There we go. We got a 3.
What is the
Already
odds it's
got a
actually
3.
goblins?
Okay. All right.
No, they're not goblins. They're kobolds. We're dealing with Steve again.
So Hans, yeah, you're reaching for your lantern and shit. And Molly,
Yes.
what's your armor class?
With my shield, my armor class is a 2.
Did you put your armor on when you got up?
I'm wearing chainmail. I
Okay.
can sleep in it.
All right, without your dex.
Without my dex,
4?
4. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Because, yeah, as you blow the whistle and draw your sword, a couple of javelins come sailing into the camp and land on either side of you. And so, let's see. Dave is moving around to the left. Gadisserol has managed to stand up and has his hands ready for something. You're not sure what. You aren't paying much attention to him. And yeah, Molly, those javelins hit, and a moment later, Hans is pulling the hood off of his lantern, and this is a bullseye or a
This is a
what?
hooded lantern.
Hooded lantern? Okay, so that's shedding light all over the fucking place, isn't it?
Yep. 360 feet in every direction.
Holy crap.
Yeah, at this point, Dave, your infravision
Yep.
is ruined.
Yep.
And the kobolds recoil against the bright light as they're about 25 yards or so away from the edge of the firelight at this time. And let's see.
We can see them with
John,
normal vision now.
yeah, everybody's on normal vision after some furious blinking because y'all just went from infravision or
Yeah.
camp light to fucking daytime.
360 feet?
I think that might be the diameter, not the radius, but that's still 180 feet radius.
That's
Yeah,
massive.
continual light has a huge fucking radius.
Yeah, it does.
Speaking of which, Dungeon Master, Bertha.
You may roll to hit.
No bonuses. Hey, I rolled a 7 at 5th level.
A 7 at 5th.
My dexterity cancels out the penalty for not being proficient.
Oh, you just missed one of them.
They send javelins at me, I send Bertha bolts at them. Great success. Marking it off.
Okay. And Molly, I'm going to rule that you were able to close the distance, and you'll be able to make one attack at the
Thank you, Dungeon Master.
ass end of this round. And because you have reach, because you didn't get the initiative roll. So let's see. Dave, I take it at this point you're not trying to move around the fire anymore and you're
Yep. I'm going towards the kobolds.
directly? Okay.
Dungeon
So
Master. Sorry.
you will have closed for melee range by the end of the round, Dave. Yes, Hans?
I know I'm not entitled to an attack or anything. Would I be able to? Okay, I got the lantern out. At this point, I draw sword and shield and I start to move to engage.
Sure. Now, are
Alright.
you setting the lantern down?
Yep,
Or
on the
you
ground.
carry- Okay. All right. All right. Again, like Dave, you will spend the remainder of the round closing the distance. And-
Yeah, I probably should have taken it with me. Oh well.
Okay.
One miss.
So, let's see here. Did Molly, you've got that attack coming. As at least 3 of these creatures square off against you.
Okay.
Roll to hit.
That is a 15 second.
You may dice your damage.
For 11 points of damage.
As you cleave the poor bastard down. Okay, the other 2, however, attack you with spears. You said you're armor class 2?
Armor class 2 now.
Okay, neither of them hit. One kind of came close, but did not hurt you. Okay, and yes, at this point, let's see here. Options, players.
Jesus, I can't type.
Okay, Molly is attacking. Sweeping attack.
That's
Full
not-
attack with Lucerne Hammer. Okay, so yes, one of them has went down. but the others are splitting up between you three. And I gotta check a thing. Okay. All right. And I know what he's doing. Party, somebody dice initiative.
I got it.
Okay.
We have a 4.
Party has a 4.
Hey.
Okay. Let's see. Hans, what is your weapon again?
I have a bastard sword.
Okay. You've definitely got the greatest reach. Party actually lost initiative by 1, but that reach
Huh.
factor has to come in. So, Hans, make your attack.
Alright, sweeping attack. Let's see, I'm +2 from strength. I rolled a 9 plus 2 becomes 11 as an 8th level fighter.
And your penalty, because it's a sweep.
I'm not sure what you assigned for that. I assume it's -2, brings it back down to a 9 at 8th.
9 at 8th.
So you have all your proficiencies stacked into it?
No, I have 1 on daggers.
Okay.
Yes, daggers are nice.
I considered
Okay,
going even
Hans.
split, but I was trying to make up for the fact that the 3 Corvos weren't there, so I needed someone who could hit hard.
Hans, dice your damage.
Small, obviously, so D8.
These, yes, your opponents are small.
Everything is small to Hans, except for True Giants. Okay, I rolled a 4 plus 5 becomes 9 before penalties.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I'll describe that in a moment. Lucerne Hammer.
Yes,
That's
sir.
got quite a bit of reach. Roll to hit.
I rolled an 8. I have a 16 strength, and I'm a first level cleric.
No bonus to hit, but +1 to damage if you hit.
And you said you rolled an 8.
Yep, miss.
I'm sorry, that is a miss.
Yeah.
Molly, roll to hit.
That is a 10 at second.
10 at second. Oh, that's close. But no, that is a miss.
Close, but no cigar.
Now I have to roll their attacks on you guys.
And much like Clyde, Hans is the favored target because, oh shit, that thing could eat me alive.
Okay, Hans, you killed your 2.
I figured as much.
But one of the others has stepped in.
Give me. Say
And he misses you.
He.
Okay, there are 2 attacking Molly. Oh, that might have hit. That might have hit. That did not hit. And 2 attacking Dave. Dave, what? Never mind. Even an armor class 10, that was a miss. Okay, party. There are no hits from the enemy.
Nice.
And this is sad. Let me check the thing.
I'm guessing their morale.
No. I checked it at the start of the round because of your size, and their morale held.
Oh, shame for them.
Very large shame for them.
You know what? Damn it. Just. Let's see. Y'all have killed what? 3 of them so far? Yes.
Hans got 2, I believe. Dom's character got 1.
Yes.
we stuck? Huh? They let me out. They let me out. Let me out. Say it.
Math thing.
Oh, say it. Say let me out, you little fuckers. me out.
Molly, what's your constitution?
My constitution is a 19.
Dice percentage for me.
Okay. That's a 14.
A what?
A 14.
14. Okay. All right. So, yeah. You're going to feel a tingle. You know how, like, when your arm goes to sleep and when it's waking up, it's got that tingly feeling?
Yeah.
Okay, it's like that all over, but it only lasts for like a half a second. Okay? So Molly and Hans, I need perception checks.
Okay. I rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
I rolled a 14, so on the nose.
Okay. So Hans, you're going to notice immediately, and Molly, you're going to notice as you're noticing other stuff. Okay. The creatures and Dave all fall to the ground. Plump.
Did you say the creatures and Dave?
The creatures and Dave fall to the ground. That's why you weren't doing perception checks, Dave.
Damn.
Okay.
Oh, that dumb fucking mage with us cast some stupid spell and hit me, didn't he?
Options, Molly and Hans.
Question, they're all asleep?
They're all down. Okay, he's kind of standing there with his hands in the air and cocks his head to the side, smiling, and he's moving forward and drawing a dagger.
Alright. I forget if I've seen the sleep spell, but I've seen mages do work. Dungeon Master, is it reasonable for me to figure out at this point? Oh yeah, magic.
If you think so.
Yeah, clearly he enticed them. He's a bard. You know, he used the bardic thing to make them fall asleep.
Okay.
But yeah, let's start slitting throats that, aren't Dave's.
Right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even though he probably would still survive that.
Right. Dave, you'll wake up a minute or so later. You don't know what happened, but you're laying on the ground and
It didn't hurt?
Nope, you didn't get hurt.
Ah.
Gadisral is standing or kneeling down next to you. Hey, Dave, wake up, man. Wake up.
Whoa. What happened?
Yeah, suddenly almost everybody that was in the fight just fell down.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dungeon Master, I assume at this point, the throats are slit.
Y'all are in the act of slitting it because Gadisral went to Dave first
Okay.
to wake him up.
So
But y'all are slitting throats.
they're all dead?
They're getting dead.
Well, thank God no one got me. Whew.
And he'll help you up.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome, man.
Go up and I'll go over and start smashing some skulls in with my hammer, too.
Okay. And Gadisral will also help with slitting throats and whatnot.
I half want to keep one alive to interrogate, but I'm pretty sure they don't speak common.
Okay. Anything special at this time, party? Aha!
I seen the memes channels. I had to do it.
So, once throats are slit, check the bodies for coins, good quality weapons, armor. Okay, guys, yeah, they're fucking kobolds.
Yeah, we expect. What kind?
Go ahead.
What type of weapons were they using? Did they have daggers?
Oh, I already closed that page. Let me go back to it.
They've got a few javelins, a couple had spears.
Oh, things I
I
can't
think
use.
one or two had an axe, Dungeon Master described, but
Short swords, spears. Well, two of them had axes. A couple of them had spiked wooden clubs. One of them had some javelins.
I'll take a crappy short sword.
Okay.
well,
I,
companions, it would seem that, yeah, unless anyone here can see if they had magical shit, whatever the fuck they are. I've seen one of these before. I've worked with one. What was his name? It escapes me at the moment.
Do you want me to tell you, or
Yeah, damn it.
was
Ah, the
that you?
character, I forgot your character's name. It wasn't Wallace, it was,
Anaz.
Anaz, yeah. That's right, Anaz, so sad. Anyways, it would seem these were not the civilized type, so... let's start moving the bodies away from the campsite.
Okay. Molly, you know how lay on hands works. Okay.
Yep. 2 HP.
Let's move them...
did you get hurt, Molly?
Just a little bit.
Are you okay now?
Just still a tad bit hurt, but it's fine.
Okay.
at the edge.
Okay, Hans, you'll recover 1 copper and 3 silver from the 2 that you checked for treasure.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's 1 CP, 3 SP.
1 copper, 3 silver.
Okay.
Uh, Dave, you'll find 2 silver on one of yours.
Got it.
Okay, let's see. Move bodies to southeast of camp, outside firelight, by the edge of the continual light. So you're moving them from the southwest to the southeast.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now remember, the fight took place outside of the camp light normal range.
Yeah, fuck it. Leave them there.
Okay. So leave them there.
Leave
All
it
right.
where it lay.
All right,
Right.
Molly, what are you doing after you do the lay on hands?
I'll move them outside the firelight.
Again, they're
Okay.
outside the campfire. They're just inside the
They're
continual
within the
light.
continual light, but they never got within the campfire light.
Nah, then leave them.
Okay.
As long as they're outside the firelight, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Dungeon Master, I know it's a long shot, but do I happen to find my Bertha bolt within the continual light range?
Ah. Let me see a thing.
Hey there, big fella. Every time someone comes around in the middle of the night like that, are you gonna make it day like that?
Well, we need to see, don't we? Or at least
You
I do.
might, but that hurts my eyes.
I'm sorry, I'll call it out if you want. I'll shut out lights and you can shield your eyes.
That would be nice. Thank you.
Okay.
Now look, you're making me talk like you. What the fuck?
It is a curse.
It's
It is.
contagious.
Yeah. Alright, so add that to my mental repertoire of stuff. Call out lights before unsheathing the light. But yeah, no, it's a bit like if I took out a piece of the sun.
Okay,
Yeah.
good news, Hans. You find your bolt. Bad news,
It broke.
it broke.
Reload.
That's a super kick in the nuts.
Damn it, do you have any idea how much this costs to fire?
How much is one of those bolts?
About an electrum.
Oh,
Alright, Dungeon Master, I
wow.
will reload.
Okay. Noted.
Master Argyle said I could use a javelin in a pinch, but I'd rather not risk it. I have extras.
Okay, so Dave, you took one of their short swords. Anybody else taking anything?
Now, unless something looks really cool or like in good quality shit. Yeah, one of them had a +6 defender longsword, I'm sure.
Yeah, sure he did. And that kobold chieftain is back at the lair with the other 400. If y'all want to go get that from him.
Yeah, no, I'm not even suggesting we try and track it because A, I don't think we got anyone who can track, and B, we have a different objective, and that's kind of a wild goose chase. We could end up poking at a hive of shit that. I mean, I might last for a while if I go dual wield spin attacks, but the rest of y'all would probably fall quickly, especially because it seems we have a magic user among us.
Yeah, we'd all be asleep.
I'd be fine.
Now, Dungeon Master, this might seem like a long shot, but do I recognize that like tingle that Maya had? Well, Maya, that Molly had as her magic resistance kicking in.
When's the last time somebody cast a spell on you?
Good question.
Okay.
Clerical spell, maybe? I don't know. She's a holy warrior, so maybe.
Yeah, so maybe not.
I will shut the light and go back to bed. So yeah, I'll check with everyone before I turn off the light and just, yeah, gute Nacht.
Okay. So, yeah. At that point, the party NPC, he's going back to sleep.
Oh. I'm amazed the magic users normally take hours on end every single time they spend a spell.
Yeah, well.
He might not be a first level.
He might not be a magic user. That could have been some cool ass item.
Maybe, but then again, it would be a magical item, and most magical items are charged, so you wouldn't want to spend something like that on kobolds unless you can recharge it. But this is super meta knowledge, obviously.
Of course.
Hans has seen magic users, and that looked pretty magic.
Okay. I see Hans is shutting the light and going back to bed. Dave lays back down to sleep. And Molly, I assume you're resuming watch?
Yep, resuming the watch.
Yeah, Dungeon Master, I reloaded, yeah?
Yes, you did.
Okay, good. Like, I know I said I wanted to, I just want to confirm with you, check my quiver. That's not quiver.
Yep, that's peachy.
Alright. Back to sleep, using my backpack as a headrest, carefully because I know about the glass vase in there, obviously. Yeah. Bertha in hand, but finger off the trigger because I don't want to shoot someone in my sleep.
Especially not yourself. Okay. All right, well, Molly, you think about 2 more hours have passed. And, let's see, are you waking up?
Next should be Dave.
Yeah, I had to scroll up because of all the routines that got put in there.
I tried to keep mine compact, sorry.
That's okay. Oh, I'm looking at walking formation. There we go. Watch schedule. Yeah, Hans, Molly. Dave. There's Dave. Okay. And Dave, you're taking watch for 3 hours?
Yes, sir.
Huh. Okay, so that's from to there. He is that time. And where was that piece of paper? Nope, 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 nope. Not going to use that because. Yeah, that no. Okay, guess I'm re-rolling that shit.
Mm.
As long as it ain't another face hugger.
Oh no, that's my invention.
Yes, I know.
Although,
Horrible.
Grills, if you want, I can happily send it to you.
No.
Girls already has his own homebrew, and that's the type of homebrew I don't want to deal with.
Oh, so you'd rather
Like,
deal with my homebrew? Okay.
you, would much rather deal with face huggers than I would want to deal with, cat monkeys.
Honestly, I think the facehuggers might be slightly worse. Like, the cat
Cat
monkeys are
monkeys.
evil, but they're fairly simplistic and they're not exactly terrible. The facehuggers, the ped crabs, will fuck you up.
They can fuck you up. However, I would, much rather not deal with that.
Okay, I need to
Continue
get a
on.
couple of drags, but I know
Okay.
what the next encounter is.
Hopefully it's not on my ship. But
Oh,
it is.
it is.
It is. Yeah, I know. Mm.
Rip.
Second two.
I'm gonna quickly work on a thing, actually, speaking of homebrew.
Yeah, the face hugger thing creeped me out.
I'm good. That was kind of the point. Damn it, why is it so blurry?
Be right back.
Did Gina just say be right back?
He did.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
That direction. And you are looking at
Yeah.
south. Okay. So, Dave, give me
Hold on,
a
Dave is AFK. He said BRB.
okay.
I'm back now.
Oh, welcome
Okay,
back.
Dave, as you're keeping watch and you're going counterclockwise, I recall. Give me a no, you said clockwise.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going clockwise. So give me a perception check there.
Okay. I rolled a 13 and I have a 14.
Okay. So while you're walking around, keeping watch, and you're outside of the fire with your infravision,
Hmm.
and you're going to spot to the south, wait, no, northeast. You're going to spot a light in the distance.
How far in the distance can I?
Oh, half a mile,
Half a mile.
maybe. It's hard to say. You don't really have a point of reference.
That's a long ways out. Okay. I'll wait and see if it gets closer.
It is getting closer,
Quickly?
slowly.
Slowly? I'll wait till it just keeps coming closer and closer. Till it's within 100 yards.
Okay, at 100 yards, you can make out it's a humanoid human of some sort, with a torch in one hand, held up above his head. He's got something in his other hand, but you can't really tell what it is at 100 yards.
And is he walking on the road?
No, he's coming across the field, and he does seem to be headed towards the camp.
Beeline for us. Okay, I'll wake up the party, starting with Hans. Might as well make it day.
Okay. All right.
I'm not taking any chances. Hans,
Okay.
Hans, wake up.
Okay,
So,
Dungeon Master.
Yeah, give me a perception check.
Oh, damn it! I picked it up before I could read it. It was in the teens. Do you want me to reroll?
What do you
Like
mean?
as I went to tilt it to read it because it's gold lettering on
Oh.
white. It tilted.
So you're not sure
fucked
what
it
it
up.
was?
Yeah. Do you want me to
Yeah,
reroll it?
Yeah, re-roll it.
That is a 15. Made it on the nose.
Okay, so you wake up. Dave is telling you to wake up.
Okay.
Then I move and wake up Molly.
Dave, what's
Okay.
going on?
There's someone coming straight for us. They've been coming straight at us for quite a while now.
For God's sake. Okay, I'll put it in actions, DM.
Yeah.
Dungeon Master, may I roll a perception check since...
Yeah, since Dave is waking you up, yeah, give me a perception check.
And
Nope, fail by 1.
Okay, Molly continues to snore, Dave. Wait, no, you only failed by 1? Nah, you'll make it. You'll make it. This is somebody intentionally trying to wake you up.
like shaking you.
Okay, I need to see those actions, people. Okay.
How long would it take me to put my armor on?
Longer than we have.
Yeah, that's what I figured. All right,
Yeah.
I'm staying how I am.
Okay.
It's like 5 minutes, right, to put on.
Yeah. I mean, chainmail you can put on in a round.
Yeah.
Because, it's like
a
two
shirt.
pieces, the pants and the top piece. Leather armor actually takes a little bit more than a round because, you got to strap on the various pieces. Plate and banded and splint takes longer because you got to put on the chain, and even if you've got that on, you got to put on those individual pieces and
Pieces and
cinch them.
straps and
Typically with pipe mail, you had a couple of in medieval times, you had a couple of squires that you put on the chainmail, and then the squires put the rest of that shit on you.
Yeah.
Okay. And then they were also helpful as stepping stools and whatnot to get on your horse if you didn't have a one of those like loading dock things for it, where you could just step onto the horse basically. Anyhow, stand up, draw shield, longsword, ready to fight. Points to the torch coming straight at us. Okay. So y'all are ready, and the guy with the torch is getting closer and closer and closer still.
How far away is he now?
At this moment, about 30 yards.
30
Can we
yards.
see him now? Because I'm sure it's daylight, right? We have the daylight. What does he look like?
No, Hans hasn't made it day yet.
Oh, you bastard, Hans.
But you can definitely tell that he's got a torch in one hand and he's got a pitchfork in the other. And
Pitchfork?
Pitchfork, yeah.
He's a farmer coming to fucking get the monsters because we're a horrible looking party.
We will see.
And at about 25 yards, he'll call out, hello.
Call back a hello and wave.
Okay. And he'll come closer. He's not menacing or anything. And I guess you people are just camping here by the pond, huh?
Yeah.
My wife said that she saw some strange bright light a few hours ago.
Nothing to worry about. That was us, but it's not sorceries that you need to be concerned of. I could show you if you want.
No, it's okay. I've got cows to milk. Just thought I'd come see.
All good here. Some monsters tried to attack us. They did not succeed.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. With that, he'll like kind of half wave with the torch in his hand. Holding it with a finger or two and a thumb, and wave with the other two fingers. And he'll turn and start heading back the way he came. Yeah, it was a farmer. Come to check out what the fuck was happening near the pond.
Was his name John D by any chance?
Hey, what is the party doing at this time?
Well, Dave, good call on waking us up. That said, I'm going back to bed.
Back to patrol.
And yeah, back to bed. Putting the lantern. Dungeon Master, I'm not keeping the lantern in my bag anymore. I'm gonna update my formation for it, but I'm just gonna keep it like next to my person. So here, let me update that. Comma. Lantern.
Dave, what is your intel score?
Oh boy. My intel score, intelligence, is a 14.
Okay. All right, well, Dave, you think that was about 2.5 hours into your watch. So about 30 minutes later, you think you've done your 3 hours, and I take it you're waking up Gadisserol?
Yes.
Okay.
See, he got to sleep through the farmer encounter.
No, he made his perception check.
Oh, did he?
Started talking.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Darn. Okay. Then I go back to sleep now?
Yeah. And you're going back to sleep. And that is a funny thing, though. Okay. Okay. Guys, since y'all got woke up a couple of times, you're all a little groggy in the morning as Gadisserol starts waking y'all up, and the sun is indeed coming up, and
Very good.
Pardon. There we go. Morning routine. And I guess, Molly, you're also doing morning routine?
Yep, morning routine.
Wake up, morning prayers, put on armor, take care of weapons, morning hygienic necessities. Yeah, okay. All right, and y'all can give me perception checks.
1 second.
I rolled a 14 and I have a 14.
Okay.
At long last, I fail a perception check. 17 of 15.
Okay. Waiting on you, Dom.
Sorry.
Okay. So, Dave, Molly, while y'all are eating, you'll notice that Glycerol is got a book open looking at it. Hans, yeah, you failed. No, you're busy eating because you're hungry and.
Wishing I had coffee. It's a good thing I don't actually have something that grants wishes, because that would be the worst use of a wish ever. Of all time. There's a second worst. I've heard of one, but that's meta knowledge.
But is that what you would actually wish for?
I mean, I would like some coffee, but if I got a wish, I would wish for other things. Like immortality.
I'd wish for all the shiny blades in my hand.
You might
That's
want to
gonna hurt.
rephrase that wish.
That's
Yeah,
gonna hurt.
I understand that. It's gonna hurt. I'm gonna lose my hands, but I'm gonna have the shiny blades.
Be
In my
careful what
hands
you
is
wish for.
better than in my presence, right?
Anyway, I invented a monster while I was waiting. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
So you make that wish, and suddenly, the shiny blades appear, stabbing through your hand, and let's see, 6 of them are being wielded by demons. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, that wish wouldn't work out too well.
Hey, it would bring them all into one place, so therefore it should start the end of day's battle. Even if I die doing it, I started the end of day's battle, so that would be something.
Maybe. Other things
Maybe.
might happen.
You never know. Yeah, it's just fairy tales we heard.
Well, now the others might consider them fairy tales, but for you, the shiny blades are real.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, that would be my wish. I think Shalif would be quite proud of me for using my wish that way.
Yeah, if you did it successfully and pulled it off, yeah.
Oh, come on now. Even if I died, he'd be like, at least you
No.
tried. I wasn't afraid to try. I was willing to go for it. It's not going to be an easy thing to succeed on, especially to have them all at once.
Also, I don't think you'd want to start the battle of end times when you're level 1. That would not end very well for you.
Alright. Well, anything happened during breakfast other than our friend reading from a book?
That's what I'm about to check. Huh. Apparently something does happen.
Oh,
You
the
know.
dice are just loving us tonight, guys.
Well, to be fair, of the encounters we've seen, it's been City Watch, Kobolds, and a farmer that we know of.
True.
2 of those
True.
are non-encounters. One of them is actually a pretty pathetic encounter in terms of strength. It's not exactly a maxed out nightmare being ridden by a Death Knight.
Well, we're low level here.
That
But
didn't
it is a
stop Grills
random,
from throwing, what, 6 Cyclops kin at the party at one point?
Hey.
it is a random dice, right? It can still happen.
Okay, so that's either going to be... Ooh. What the hell? I'm going to have to look that thing up.
Uh-oh. A monster he needs to look up? That can't
There
be
are
good
quite
for
a
us.
few of them. Even I wouldn't be able to keep all of them straight.
Well, there's a typo on it, so I'm going to have to reverse engineer it.
Hmm.
Great typo adventures of AD&D.
Okay. Not that. Oh. Okay, that makes more sense.
Now I'm scared. This is during breakfast too. Oh my.
I'll have to see about buying coffee. Although really, I need to start pinching every gold I got.
Yeah, you gotta save up money just to be
Mm-hmm.
able to train when you level up.
But forget training. I can always take time if I need to. No, I specifically want to get armor that isn't just leather.
Yeah, that would help us a lot.
Mm-hmm. Like right now, Hans could be an amazing tip of the spear, but he's kind of made of glass. He's got the hit points to back it up, but not the armor class. So we come up against 10 kobolds, they're gonna keep hitting him, and they're not gonna do much, but they will just keep whack, 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 whack.
What's it gonna cost to get you banded mail?
How much does banded nail normal cost? Normally cost
90.
90. So consider Hans to be at least twice the size of a normal human. So, well, not twice the size, but yeah, twice the price roughly.
Okay.
So 180 gold pieces. I'd love to, but I don't have that much. I could afford to buy myself leather again, which I hope I won't need to, but yeah.
I have 74 gold.
Yeah, but you're not spending your gold on some guy you met yesterday.
Not yet.
Okay. It's a non-encounter.
Yeah.
Flying thing that's invisible, and yeah, y'all didn't see it. Non-encounter. Okay, so the party will get your breakfast, 8 morning routines, new options for the rounds.
For the round.
Rounds, etc.
Yeah.
You know, options.
We're gonna march out.
Looks like it.
Yep.
Yeah. Be much. Check your shit. Make sure you have everything. Dungeon Master, of course, Bertha, crossbow, sword, you know.
Okay. Collect everything and head out. Okay. Oh, damn, that got bumped, but I know what it was. It's that. And I need to look at a thing. Yes, that works very good for me. Hey, Dom is typing. Moving out. Okay, so y'all pack up all your shit and still early morning. I'll start moving out.
Yeah.
And at that distance... Oh, let me check that thing. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's easy enough to fix.
Is
Just
Sven a handsome man?
who?
Sven. I was asking if he's a handsome man.
Who's Sven?
Isn't that his name?
Hans?
Hans?
Hans, yeah.
Eh.
The other German
Depends
guy.
if you like tall people. Where did I accidentally closed him? He's on the upper end of average as far as the human spectrum goes.
There you go.
You know, he's not an especially good looker, but he's not butt ugly either. He's just kind of in the middle there.
Okay, so party, you are going to travel for about a half an hour or so. And, yeah, this is where the road is petering out. You're looking at, like, a driveway on either side of the road that goes up to a farmhouse. And you've got just fields in front of you, and a couple 100 yards away, you can see where the tree line becomes thick and much more pronounced.
Oh, we're closer than I thought. Oh, good for us. All right.
Do we see any streams coming out of the forest? Because we are looking for a stream, right?
No, you do not see any streams coming out of the forest at this time.
Okay.
Damn it, I accidentally closed that thing, but I'll have to run off memory, just like Hans would have. I did take notes on my thing, but I think I accidentally closed it by mistake. Alright.
Oof.
Anywho, yes, Dungeon Master using my character's knowledge of the world, which would be better than my own here as far as describing our route. I'm just going to try and put us towards that red X on the map that I put there. You know, where I believe this thing to be.
Okay, the red X of death. I mean, the red X, okay.
I mean, you can call it a red X of death.
Now,
Well, I mean,
from what you've described, we're probably pretty close to the O at this point, like the tail end of that O, so... we'll see.
well, you've hit the tree line, so...
Alright. Now the tree line, how thick are the trees here?
Yeah, this is heavy forest.
Is it passable?
Passable? Yes.
Alright, then we're gonna try and pass through it. Give me a second, though, before we continue. Okay, party, at this point we will probably gonna want to adopt our formation. Those of you in front will be able to duck over some things, but a guy like Hans, he's gonna have to use one of his swords to act like a machete, unfortunately. That's why I got two of them, so I'll
Let your
designate.
dungeon master go get a couple of drags off the cigarette again real quick.
I've been picturing my character, and I suspect he's something like Gollum, just not quite as creepy. No machete. I guess a short sword would be like a machete to Hans.
Yeah, no, that's closer to a dagger.
So, like, are your daggers even bigger than normal daggers when you buy
Actually,
a
no,
dagger?
they're standard size daggers. I can still throw them, but for me, it's a bit closer to throwing a knife than a dagger.
Okay. Use his offsword to cut through the brush as needed and try to guide the party from the rear, unless anyone has a machete.
Or a better idea.
Hans, you could always talk to the trees and ask them to.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good point. Reasonably, I should have thought of that, but I didn't. Oh well.
uh, talks with trees, not dances with wolves. He's talks with trees.
Look,
Okay.
I'm not a tree hugger. I just respect that they could probably kick my ass. You know, Dungeon Master, I would do that, but I didn't think about it, so.
Yeah. Okay. Check. I got to do. Okay. Now, party, of course, you're not going to be able to move as fast in this thick forest. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Is to be expected. We'll slow down to 2 miles an hour, or if we need to go slower. You know, we're not dawdling, we're moving.
Right.
Because if my math is correct about where we are compared to where this thing is, we shouldn't have to go through more than a few miles of forest, so ideally we're in and out in a few hours, as far as forest travel counts. Likewise, if like we've traveled for an hour or two in a direction we've missed it, I'm gonna okay, hold on, let's stop for a minute and look where we are, see if we can figure it out based off the map. And I know it's a paper map compared to the forest itself, not gonna help much, but we're not trying to dive too deep into it because by then we should miss it if my math is correct. Unless, of course, I'm wrong, but maybe Hans wouldn't be, you know.
And we can keep our eyes peeled for any streams, because we can follow those and hope that we might find it.
Maybe. Also, just in general, for refilling water skins.
Okay. That is. Okay, so how far into the forest? For how long is the party traveling into the forest?
Let's start for an hour, see if we find anything worth noting. Again, trying to travel at about 2 miles per hour.
Yeah, no, you're not getting 2 miles an hour.
Okay, in that case, we'll go for 2. That's to say 2 hours.
And that's going to be from there to there. Okay. And that's going to be really. Okay. All right, so y'all travel into the forest for about 2 hours. And yeah, no encounters that you're aware of, and nothing but trees and the occasional bush. And, you see birds and squirrels and harmless woodland creatures, which, of course, haul ass away from y'all as quickly as possible. What does the party wish to do at this time?
Do I believe that I've taken a sufficient plunge here that if it was where I think it is, I should have reached it, or because of my slower speed, I'd need to go deeper to get to it?
Yeah, you think you've pegged it, but you're not really 100% sure, and since you don't see
Yeah.
your target, it's obviously not right here.
There,
Anyone want to climb a tree?
is there
I'm
any
not a
hills?
good climber.
Do we see any hills around us that we could potentially go to the top of and get some kind of a view?
Again, thick woods. Yeah, you're not seeing. It seems pretty flat in this area. So yeah, nothing.
Nothing we can see. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Tell you what, let's continue for another hour, party. Just in case. I get the feeling we're close. I don't know.
Okay, y'all go for another hour. Actually, you go for about another 15 minutes when party you will in fact find a stream.
Ooh.
Very well.
What does the party wish to do with that information?
What do you
I
think?
think I think we should follow it. How about you, Hans?
All
Molly?
right. We can try following it. Let's just be careful we don't get lost here.
Upstream
I
or
say
downstream?
we go downstream.
All right, downstream.
Downstream. Okay.
My instincts are telling me up, but we can try
Yeah,
down.
I'm feeling up, but let's go down first for a little
I
bit.
mean,
And
if
then,
y'all feel up, then we can go up.
All right, yeah,
I'm fine with that.
upstream.
okay, up.
Upstream for how long?
Let's go for about an hour, I guess.
Yep.
Okay, party. You follow the stream as it twists and turns. You know, it doesn't follow a straight line, but it does go in a mostly northern direction upstream. And yeah, nothing.
Hmm. And again, no
Northern
sign of.
direction.
Hmm.
He said he said it's going in a northern direction upstream, so perhaps we should go downstream.
Yeah, I guess we shall. And yeah, Dungeon Master, no sign of our quarry, obviously.
Nope.
Damn it. Now would be a great time to have a familiar that could fly above and look around.
Yep.
Alright, anyways, we will follow it downstream now. I'm gonna go for an hour to get back to where we were, and then another hour to head down the other way.
Hmm.
This is entirely possible where it's just not the right stream at all.
Oh yeah, totally.
Hmm.
Do, do, do. Uh-huh. Gotcha, gotcha.
This isn't the right stream we kind of screwed.
I'd hate to say it, but I feel like we're gonna end up lost at this pace.
Well, I still have a rough picture where we are.
Hmm. And,
Potentially.
And
the
worst
fact
case
that we're
scenario, it's you just head east. It takes you out
yep.
of the forest. It's not that bad. You know, you've got the sun, you've got moss. I've got decent skills. Just don't split up and run around in different directions, no matter what. I don't care if you see
Whatever
some
you
hot
do,
chick and you want to chase after her. No.
don't be like Scooby Doo. Don't split the group.
Mhm.
I'm a pious
We all
man.
know they have plot armor.
Yeah, no, this bit here is the fun bit because it's like, how do I best describe my method for searching? Work with it because I figured we were on the right track, but hmm.
Oh no. Oof. Did you hear that, Double
Yeah, I heard that.
M? That was like semi-auto right there. Bang, 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 bang.
Hmm.
That was full auto.
Yeah, it was. All right. I got to figure this out. Okay, that's funny. All right, so party, y'all are tracking along, and it's been almost an hour going south now, and I need perception checks.
Ah,
Oof. I rolled a 20.
That's a fail.
Big
Okay,
fail.
Hans, that's good. Molly, 13 out of 14. You'll make it. Okay. 20 out of 14. Yeah.
You totally make it.
Okay. And let's see. Walking formation. Molly, Dave, Goodisral, and Hans. And Dave, you failed to notice what the rest of y'all will notice. So, Molly and Hans, as you are tracking along, you'll notice there are some guys, men. There are four of them, and they're hunkered down behind bushes and tree trunks and shit.
are they
But they're
hunkered
not.
down in such a way that it looks like they're trying to ambush us, or are they facing
It
away
looks
from
like they're
us?
trying to hide and not doing very well at it. Okay. What
Hmm.
do y'all wish to do?
Dungeon Master, can you describe the men for me? What are they wearing? Do they look like normal men, or are they like savage-looking men, or bandits where
Uh,
they're...
well, they're wearing leather armor. One's got a short bow, knocked and half drawn. One's got a crossbow. One's got some kind of pole arm, and the other one has a sword and shield.
Hmm. Dungeon Master, aim and fire at the one with the crossbow.
Dice initiative.
Alright. I did it last time. Someone else do?
No, this is personal
Oh,
for you and
okay.
you alone.
I rolled a 3.
Okay, you both draw. You're quicker on the draw. Roll to hit.
Hee hee. I rolled a 9
Oh,
at 5th level. Again, no penalties, no bonuses. Dexterity cancels out proficiency.
Okay, a 9 at 5th. As I consult the chart. 5th level. You may dice your damage.
Hee hee. 3 plus 1. 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay. Now, at this point, Dave, you may not have noticed these guys, but you do notice that thunk and the flurry of activity around you.
ready my hammer.
So let's see it in actions, people. Yeah. I need to go get another soda and a couple more drags. And we'll see how, because this is obviously a fight now. We'll see how this goes. Get a couple of drags while I'm up.
Bandits, I'm guessing. I want to say a thing, but it would become meta.
It's a thing, and it's happening. Let's go. Ah, Bertha's on a sling, so you don't lose her.
Yeah.
Especially in the stick forest. Better watch out she doesn't get hung up on a tree and kick you.
Alright, where art One hit. There we go. Except those are daggers.
Let's see, I gotta do a die roll for. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. Draw sword and shield and advancing. Drop Bertha. Draw bastard sword shield. Move to attack twice while in game chat. Okay, gotcha. In game chat, lay down your arms, brigands, or I will cut you down. Okay. Oh, I got a message I need to check real quick. Okay. That's dealt with. Back to actions. Okay, hold on. In-game chat. Lay down your arms, brigands, or I will cut you down. Let me see a thing here. Okay. He has that, which is pretty cool looking. Okay, keep those numbers in my head. Yeah, that's easy enough. Okay. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Huh. We're at 3. Nope. Okay. Somebody needs to dice initiative for the group.
Dom, it's your turn.
Alright. We got a 6.
Hey!
Good kind.
Okay. Party, you do have initiative with that. However, missile fire comes first, and the guy with the bow shoots.
His friend, did that guy die that you shot, Hans?
Oh, probably not. That was only 4 points of damage. It wasn't like a called
Oh.
headshot or something.
Okay.
That was less of a kill shot, more of a deterrent.
Well, when you shot, he disappeared behind a tree there, Hans.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, their archer shoots, and damn it, gotta double check another thing. Sorry. Complicated. If I'd rolled all this up ahead of time, I'd just look at my notes, but I didn't.
Yep.
Okay, that much I've figured out. And oh. Yeah, sorry for the delays, guys.
No problem.
Okay. All right, so missile fire going first. Y'all's man, Gadisserol, draws a dagger and throws it at the one with the bow, who shoots at him. And your guy hits, their guy missed. And at this point, we have the melee. Molly, their guy with a sword and shield, is moving up against you. And yeah, Dave, the guy with Spetum, is moving forward against you.
Okay.
And by virtue of marching order and weapon length, we're going to go with Dave first. Roll to hit.
Roll to hit. And I rolled an 18.
18. You may dice your damage.
6.
Okay. Okay, let me move over to Molly real quick. Molly, roll to hit.
That is a 19 at second.
You may dice your damage.
For 6 points of damage.
Okay. All right. That. Okay. So at this point, you've both had your attacks, and Hans, you get to make an adjustment because those two go down. The two facing Molly and Dave. So, are you going after the bowman?
Tree guy still isn't visible at this time?
The guy with the crossbow? Yeah, no, you can see part of him, but most of him is behind a tree.
I wouldn't happen to hear him say casting or something, would I?
No?
No. Alright, bowman. I assume this will
Alright.
bring me down to 1 attack this round for travel time.
Not exactly. Roll
Okay.
to hit.
Okie dokie. +2 to hit from sword. I rolled a 16, becomes 18 at 8th.
Okay, and yeah, he goes down. He crumples badly.
Plus 5 to damage means even at minute that's 6. So these are probably first level bandits.
Yeah. 1 to 6 hit points each. Yeah, you killed the guy with the crossbow.
Ah, rip. I was hoping to keep one of them alive. Oh well.
Nope, all 4 are dead.
Should be able to get your bolt back though.
Yeah, no. So at this point, do we see any more of them?
No.
Alright. Companions, gathers the bodies in case there are more, then we loot them. And I'll start dragging bodies and we'll converge in the center, essentially.
Yep, we'll drag them into one pile and check their pockets.
Yep. Weapons, shit, so forth.
Okay, they all had leather armor. Not in the greatest shape, but still serviceable. One of them had a longsword and shield. One had a spetum, which is a polearm. Kind of looks like a spear with a funky head. One had the light crossbow, and one had a short bow.
I imagine there may or may not be coin.
May or may not be. I'll have to roll.
Alright. Do I get my Bertha bolt back? It did hit.
You do. You do
Yay.
recover the bolt.
Alright, well, I'll keep watch for the party and reload.
Nothing
Yeah.
here I need.
Well, hold on. Grills is probably going to have to check what treasure type they have, roll it up, and it is already 10:30, so...
Yeah,
Shame.
we're probably going to stop here because I'm kind of getting hungry since I didn't really eat a good dinner.
No problem.
Yeah, I heard you got something while you were there, but Grills, thank you. This was a good session.
Indeed.
Thank you, Grill.
We had occasional
you're
points of
welcome.
talking, but it was never a drag. It was always, good.
Yep.
Anywho.
Okay.